This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Dmitry Bivol here in New York. Dmitry, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Glad to hear it. Firstly, congratulations on your award the other night, awarded Fighter of the Year. What did that mean to you?
It means a lot for me. I'm the fighter of the year. Of course, it shows that I'm on the right way.
You had a fantastic 2022, defeating Canelo, defeating Zurdo Ramirez. How would you reflect on it? Two big fights for you, two big wins.
I couldn't hear what you said.
How would he reflect on his 2022?
It was very hard year for me, to be honest, but it's I didn't just waste time. I got award. It's not just hard. I like that I had this year because it showed that I was on the right way. I did everything right.
When you look at this year and you compare it to last year, it seemed to be that it was your breakout year. Everybody really took note of who you were when you beat Canelo and then you beat Ramirez. Do you feel like your career's stalling a little bit now whilst you wait to see what will be next for you? Does he feel like maybe his career's stalling a little bit because of a delay for the Canelo rematch and what have you?
No, I don't feel that it's on the pause or something else. I feel like I'm just move forward. I move a little bit on another step, and people want to see me against the best fighters, you know. And I hope I will get some good fights soon.
Dmitry, we've seen the comments that you don't think the Canelo rematch will happen next. Why do you think that? What has happened with the Canelo rematch?
Because he doesn't want this rematch, I think. Why? Why? Because he talks about it, but we didn't get offer for this fight, yeah? And
conversation, but he's going around looking at other options right now. So, I mean, I think that's the answer why it's not happening. Because if he was focused on this, we would only be talking about this.
So, what type of conversations, if any at all, have you had with Team Canelo?
The Matchroom is talking to us, and we're trying to see if we can make it happen. But at the end of the day, his bottom line is I want it on the same terms. And fights, rematches like this don't happen on the same terms for the guy that lost. It doesn't work that way.
Dmitry, do you feel frustrated then that the Canelo rematch hasn't gathered more pace and it isn't further along and you don't have a set date with him?
no, of course no. I beat him and I'm in the good position now. I'm the fighter of the year, and I just have my goal in my head. I want to fight for the belt. I have a lot of fighters who I could fight against in my weight class. Canelo is not the one fighter in the boxing. We have a lot of fighters.
What terms would you agree to fight Canelo next?
What terms?
What terms would he agree to? Whether it be weight or financially, what would he like to secure that fight?
You know, we have to talk about it, not with you, you know. We have to talk about it with the promoter and with his team, and then we will talk with another people. But one of the options is, of course, I want to fight for the belts.
That was my next question. Has Canelo showed any sign of willingness to fight you at 168 pounds? Has Canelo shown any willingness to fight Dmitry at 168?
No.
No.
No, he didn't show.
Any willingness to fight at 175 either. Have you seen him? I mean, except him saying I want it. They're talking right now to other options. So why are they doing that if they want this fight?
Dmitry, why do you think Canelo isn't as open to speaking about your fight? Why do you think Canelo does not want to fight you?
Why? Почему, да, он не хочет? Ask him. Why you ask me? I don't know why. Ask him.
Is that fight now then, that rematch, definitely not happening next?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if I was on his team, I would probably tell him not to fight Bivol again because he lost heavily in the previous fight. He wants to remain champion after losing. That's what he wants. And now he says he wants the rematch again and he wants to keep the titles again. And he wants to remain champion again if he loses a second time. I mean, I just don't think it's enticing for them.
What's the cut-off point for those talks to end?
In our point of view, it's cut off already. I don't see anything going on for September. The fight would have been announced soon, you know?
Dmitry, away from Canelo, and before we talk about Beterbiev, he's obviously fighting Callum Smith, so who else are you looking at in the meantime? Are there any other fighters you would like to share the ring with, if obviously excluding Canelo and Beterbiev?
I didn't hear too.
Any excluding Canelo and excluding Beterbiev because he's fighting Callum Smith, are there any other fighters out there who he wants to face in the meantime to get active?
У тебя есть еще какие-то пожелания, с кем подраться, кроме Бетербиева или Канела?
You know, I couldn't mention some names, but if we see on the top of light heavyweight division fighters, I don't care who it will be, just one of the best.
Fight Beterbiev for Canelo. There's a couple other names being discussed. We just don't want to make it public right now. You know what I mean? There's some other things being discussed just to make sure he's staying active.
Are those other options at 168 or it's 175 only?
Both.
Just sticking with Beterbiev, what do you make of his fight with Callum Smith?
It's an interesting fight. Callum Smith is a good fighter. He's younger, he's tall, he has a good left hook, and Beterbiev is still strong and skillful. Interesting fight.
Who do you think wins?
Как сказать, что я вижу больше, типа, что Beterbiev выиграет.
I believe, or
I'm not believe, but I think I see Beterbiev could win.
When you look at yourself and potentially facing Artur Beterbiev, Bob Arum has said that he will not push to make the fight because of a WBC stance on Russian fighters. How much of a problem is that for you guys to overcome? Is there any talks to work around that?
do you think that's going to be a problem if the fight was going to happen? It's not a problem. If they don't want to push for it, who's Beterbiev going to fight? I don't see that being a problem at all. I think that's just politics, and that has nothing to do with the fight.
Does it frustrate you, Dmitry, when people talk about, you know, how they won't make the fight because of a Russian background and what have you?
His background is Kyrgyzstani. He's born in Kyrgyzstan. He has a Kyrgyzstan passport.
No, it's not bothering me at all because it looks, to be honest, it looks funny. Because Beterbiev is still Russian. Why he allowed to fight and I couldn't allow to fight? And okay, he's living in Canada. I was born in Kyrgyzstan. And what? I have a. If you're born in Kyrgyzstan, you are citizen of Kyrgyzstan. Any moment you can come there and get the passport. And I spend a lot of time there. I spend a lot of time in the US. Last year I was in Russia less than 4 months. And it's not the problem. It's not the problem why we couldn't make this fight. I think I don't know what the problem they see, but it's not the main problem.
Just to touch on Canelo once more, there's been Samson Lukovic has said that he sent him an offer for David Benavidez to fight Canelo. And then you've got Edgar Berlanga here today, who's been mentioned as a potential opponent to Canelo. Say if Canelo fought one of those guys, do you think that he's running from Dmitry Bivol?
Running?
Yeah. If he was to fight Benavidez or say a Berlanga instead?
He's running from Dmitry Bivol by losing the fight, fighting Golovkin and Ryder after that. He's already running. What he's gonna do next, I don't know. I mean, but in my opinion, he's already avoided the rematch.
What?
Что ты думаешь?
По поводу?
Если сейчас выберет другого, а не тебя, значит он избегает просто.
Ну да. He already do it.
What did you make of his performance against John Ryder?
John Ryder?
What did you make of Canelo Ryder? How did Canelo perform against him?
Какой был, да, типа, как он, типа, отбоксировал? It wasn't the best, his performance, of course, and everybody knows it, and he knows it. The reason there could be a lot of reasons, maybe because of his hometown, maybe because he didn't good training camp. I don't know.
Dmitry, just a final one from me. Is there anything you'd like to say to your fans, your followers, ahead of when you will return?
Yeah, thank you everyone who support me. I hope we will come back soon, and congratulations you guys that we got award as a fighter of the year.
Dmitry, thank you.